Where is everyone? What is the deal? There's a couple people. Hello. Hello, Ahad. I'm fine. How are you? Hello, Mark in Syria. I'm fine. How are you? Hello, everyone. We'll get started in just a couple minutes here. There it is, I think. We're going to learn about idioms today, everybody. Are you guys ready? How's everyone doing? Hello, Jessica. Bonjour. Hello, Olivia. All right, well, let's get started. There are only 7 people here, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get started anyway. So the first one, let me share my screen. We're going to go through a bunch of idioms today. Today is called It's Idiomatic. All right, so I'm going to teach you some idioms, and we're going to talk about how to use them. Okay? And I will share this link with you later. Okay, so we're going to start from number 99 and work our way back this time. All right, so the first one we're talking about is the blank to end all blanks. The blank to end all blanks. The movie to end all movies. The meal to end all meals. The trip to end all trips. The holiday to end all holidays. The weekend to end all weekends. It just means something is the best that it's ever been. The best that it could possibly be. And you can use this for anything, right? The meal to end all meals. If you had a great meal, then you could say, wow, that was the meal to end all meals, meaning the best meal I've ever had. Okay, if you see a movie and you think it's the best movie ever, it's the movie to end all movies. Better than any movie ever. Okay? If you had a vacation and it was the best vacation of all, you could say the vacation to end all vacations. Okay, like that vacation was so good that you're not going to do any of them. Not going to do it again. You're not going to do it anymore, right? You had the best vacation of your life. You can't imagine it being better, so you're not going to do it anymore. So it's the vacation to end all vacations. Understand? The teacher to end all teachers. That's a kind of a funny way to use it. When you use it when you're talking about people, you can, but the meaning to end when you talk about people could be ending people, like to end them, meaning to kill them, right? This is the concert to end all concert. Yes, very good, Jessica. That's perfect. This is the concert to end all concerts. That's right. If you saw a concert and you thought, wow, that's the most amazing concert I've ever seen, this is the concert to end all concerts. That's perfect, Jessica. Yeah, good. All right. So anybody else want to practice that one? Go ahead and write your examples in the chat and I'll tell you if it's correct or not. When you say the teacher to end all teachers, that sounds like I'm going to kill all the other teachers. so that there are no more teachers, only me. That's kind of what it sounds like. He's the teacher to end all teachers. This is the dish to end all dishes. Yes, good, Olivia. Yeah, so if you think that your dish is the most delicious dish of all, then yeah, you could say this is the dish to end all dishes. Okay, good. Well done. Maybe end their careers. Yeah, that's nicer. I like that better. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The next one is, it isn't over until the fat lady sings. It isn't over until the fat lady sings. What do you think that means? What does this mean? It ain't over till the fat lady sings. It isn't over until the fat lady sings. Still continue? Well, kind of. Yeah, it means you shouldn't assume that it's finished yet, right? So, for example, if you're watching maybe a basketball game, right, and one team is losing pretty badly, right? Maybe it's like 30-2, right? And everybody's celebrating like the first team with 30 points, they're going to win. But the announcer says, hey, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. That means you shouldn't assume that they're going to win just because they have a 30-point lead. Maybe they'll come back, right? Maybe they'll come back and win. So don't assume the ending, right? It's not over until the end. That's correct. That's right. It isn't over until the fat lady sings. Now, when I was a boy, we thought that this was about that the origin, that they were talking about opera. Okay. But apparently this is not true, but it'll help you to remember the phrase. In opera, sometimes there's a big fat lady who sings, right? And so, you know, you're waiting until the fat lady at the end of the opera when she sings. That's the end, when she sings, right? That's what we were told, but it's not true, actually. So apparently, the origin of this is not totally clear. Nobody's certain, okay? So just a buche dingda. But Many people think that it came from playing billiards. Billiards is like pool, right? When you play billiards with the balls. And in billiards, the black ball, the 8-ball, it was called the fat lady. And the 8-ball is the last one that has to go in. So it's not over until the fat lady sings, means it's not over until you put the 8-ball in. Okay, until you get the last ball in. So that's where that one comes from. It's not over until the fat lady sings. Okay? Everyone understand? Yes? No? Maybe so? Thank you, Jessica. Good. Oh, thank you, Olivia. Thank you, Atham. And now we have the next one, the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end. So this refers to some time or moment when things start to go bad and get worse until it ends. Right? So if you can think about a moment when, you know, things are really bad now. Things are really bad now, but you can imagine when this started. When did the bad stuff start? That's the beginning of the end, right? So when he lost his job, it was the beginning of the end of their relationship, right? So they broke up, this girl and guy, right? But what started it? It was when he lost his job. That was the beginning of the end. Okay? The beginning of the end. That's a good one. Do you guys understand that one? You have the same idiom in your language and the same use. Oh, okay, good. Well, that one's easy. You know, that's what I like about idioms. There are many idioms that are cross-cultural, right? Many, many, many idioms. They exist across many different cultures. The same idiom or almost exactly the same idiom. Same in France too. See? Again, it's a beautiful thing when you start to realize how connected we are by language and ideas. You know? It's almost like we're similar to each other. Crazy thought. Okay, we'll go to the next one. No end in sight. No end in sight. What does no end in sight mean? It means you don't know when something will end. Okay, so, or you can also say the end is in sight. That means you're getting close to finishing. Right? So, for their example, they say, I need a break. I've been working for hours with no end in sight. Right? So you've been working, and there's no break coming. Right? There's no break coming, so there's no end in sight. Or maybe you're on a vacation and you're driving for many, many hours. Right? In the United States, one time when I was younger, my family, we drove to California. That's like 29 hours to drive. Right? And so maybe we're close to California, and myself, my brother, and my sister we're all asking, when are we going to get there? When are we going to get there? When are we going to get there? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And maybe my father would say, the end is in sight. The end is in sight means we're almost there. I can see the end. There it is. There's the end right there. I can see it. The end is in sight. Okay? But if there's no end in sight, then it means you have to keep going. Okay? You don't know where it will end or if it will end. There's no end in sight. Okay? Does everyone understand that? Any questions about that? My meeting is so long there is no end in sight. Yeah, you could use it that way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this meeting is so long there seems to be no end in sight. Okay? Can I see it like I'm trying to finish the job, but there's no end in sight? Yeah. Like maybe you're working on building a house, but there seems to be problems that keep coming up, or you know, they keep wanting to change things, right? So there's no end in sight. Yeah, you're trying to finish the job, but there's no end in sight. Okay, good. Yeah, very good. Okay, the next one is all's well that ends well. All's well that ends well. Okay, let me type that one so you guys can get it correctly. All's well that ends well. Okay, all's well that ends well. And this one comes from Shakespeare. This was in a play by Shakespeare. I'm trying to remember which one. Let's see. All's well that ends well, Shakespeare. Oh, well, that's the name of the play itself. How silly of me. Yeah, there's a play by Shakespeare called All's Well That Ends Well. And what this means is when a situation, if you have a bad situation, but it ended well, right? So it was bad, but it ended okay. So now you can forget about all the bad things, right? Forget about it. It ended okay. So don't worry about it. You know, don't get upset. It ended fine, right? All's well that ends well. So everything was difficult. It was not fun. It was a bad time, but it ended well, right? So all's well that ends well. Okay? So they say, our flight was delayed and the airline lost our luggage, but we're here now, so all's well that ends well. Okay, so our flight was delayed, our airline lost our luggage, but we're here now, right? We got here. So all's well that ends well. Okay, Jessica, no problem. Yeah, sometimes HelloTalk has some bugs. Make sure you update, Jessica, to make sure you have the latest version. Okay? Hello, Maktab. All right, if you guys want to practice using these, please write them in the chat, right? So who would like to try to use all's well that ends well? Anyone? All's well that ends well. Maybe on the day of our wedding, there was a terrible thunderstorm, and the caterer was late. But then the storm finally ended, and the wedding continued. So all's well that ends well. Right? So it was a wedding, but the caterer, the guy who brings the food, he was late. That's not good. And there's a big storm, and it's an outside wedding maybe. So that's not good also. But the storm cleared, and they figured out the food, so all's well that ends well. Okay? Maktab, it doesn't exactly mean that everything went perfectly. It means that everything worked itself out somehow. Right? I wouldn't say everything was perfect. When you say all's well that ends well, usually it means things they ended well, but you did have to go through some bad stuff. So I wouldn't call that perfect, right? Yeah. I was too late, but here we go. I'm here eventually, so all's well that ends well. Yeah, something like that. I was really late, but I'm here now, so all's well that ends well. Okay? I was worried about the project, but it turned out fine. All's well that ends well. Perfect, Crystal. My daughter finally finished her winter vacation homework before the deadline. All's well that ends well. Well done. Very good, Olivia. Yeah, that's good. Good, guys. That's a really good one. Okay, and again, that's from Shakespeare. It's from a play by Shakespeare called All's Well That Ends Well. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. The next one here is to come to a full stop. To come to a full stop. So this idiom, it also means to end or to stop, but usually due to problems, right? So to come to a full stop, everything came to a full stop, means there was something that was such a big problem that they stopped everything to figure it out. Okay, so her business came to a full stop when her biggest client went bankrupt, right? So there's an example of their biggest customer, the client, went bankrupt, meaning they lost all their money. So her business now, full stop, because her biggest client is gone, right? So to come to a full stop, right? Usually due to problems. Who would like to try to use that one? Everything came to a full stop when my blah, blah, blah came to a full stop when anyone? Full stop. I'm waiting. Everything came to a full stop. Everything came to a full stop. Come on, guys. You want a teacher? I'm a teacher. So let me help you. Write your comment. Give your best shot. Try to write a sentence that uses come to a full stop or came to a full stop. Anyone? Let's don't fight, just come to a full stop. Almost, Hira. Let's see. I want this disagreement to come to a full stop. Now that one works better. Yes, that's okay. You can use it that way, Crystal. So I think Hira, look at what Crystal said. That's maybe better. Okay? Everything came to a full stop when he lost his business partners. Yeah, similar to the example that we gave. Yeah, good. Good, Alice. Okay, good job. The sports event came to a full stop because of a sudden rainstorm. 非常好. 非常好. Very good. All right, good. All right, let's go to the next one. All good things must come to an end. All good things must come to an end. And this one's just kind of like, well, you know, hey, everything ends, right? This is kind of like the French, it has a little bit of c'est la vie quality to it, right? Such is life, right? So all good things must come to an end. You know, hey, that's just how it works, right? Everything has to end eventually. Right? So I can't believe tomorrow's the last day of our holiday, but I suppose all good things must come to an end. All good things must come to an end. Neil said, everything came to a full stop when I made a wrong turn. Neil, you could say, let me think. So, Neil, when you're saying it that way, you're using a literal meaning of full stop, like you're driving and you're stopping. You can use it that way, Neil, but when you use this idiom, it's usually not used in a literal way. It's used in a figurative way, right? So we're not actually talking about driving and stopping. We're talking about a business doing something or a class. My class came to a full stop when my student started crying in the middle of class, right? Something like that, okay? There's a delay in the comments section. Is everybody having a problem with the delay in the comments? C'est la vie, Flavia. It means such is life. It means that's life. You know, life is hard sometimes. Life is difficult sometimes. Life is beautiful. Life is hard. That is life. Such is life. C'est la vie. Okay? Yes, everyone is having trouble with the comments today. Okay, let me tell the Hello Talk people one moment. So when you say there's a delay, what do you mean? Can you guys tell me more about the delay in the comments? So you type your comment and then it takes a minute before it shows up? That's what you mean? Ah, okay. All right. Okay, yeah. And who was it? Jessica, when you left and came back, did that fix it? Jessica, when you left and came back, did that fix everything or no? Not really. Okay. All right. Good to know. All right. Yeah, I told them. I just sent them a message and told them. I don't know if they're going to get it in time or not, but I told them. And what about you, Flavia? When you left and came back, when you turned it off and came back, did it help it or not? Now it's okay? Ah, well, maybe, guys, you could try to turn the app off, restart the app, and come back and see, maybe. And it's... they just replied, so they're going to check it out now. I think it works now. It's like a 10-second delay. Okay, thank you guys for helping me with that. I appreciate that. All right. So all good things must come to an end, right? At the end of this class, maybe you're having a great time. You've learned a lot. But then at the end of class, I have to say, hey, guys, we've had a great time. We've learned a lot. But I've got to go. So all good things must come to an end. Okay? All good things must come to an end. Imagine you've been on an amazing vacation with your friends and you say, yes, all good things must come to an end. That's right, Lynn. Yeah. Okay, so all good things must come to an end. Maybe you're spending time at a family reunion and you're happy to see all your family, but you have to leave because it's a long drive home. So you say, oh, well, it's been great to see everyone, but all good things must come to an end. We have to get on the road. We have to leave. Okay? Okay, so all good things must come to an end. Do we all understand that one well enough? Yes? Good. And, oh, you have it in the same thing in Chinese? Okay. I want to copy that. Let's see something here. Get rid of that. All right, let's do the next one as I check that out. So the next one here is to come to an end. So this one is very simple and straightforward. This one's not very literal or not very figurative. This one is literal. So it's not really even an idiom, if you ask me. It just says... it just means that something is stopping or ending. So a lot of people were sad when the TV show Game of Thrones came to an end, right? So, yeah, in this case, we're just talking about its ending. That's it, okay? After my teacher talked about his family and his trip, the class came to an end, okay? Or... the movie, I was very excited to see the movie, but it was 4 hours long, and I was happy to finally see it come to an end. Okay. Let's see. After the party with my friends, then so you could, Neil, you could say, my friends and I had a long party all night, but all good things must come to an end. So we said goodbye at 2 a.m. Okay. My vacation came to an end too quickly. That's good, Crystal. My vacation came to an end too quickly. Yeah. So like I said, this one, it's not really an idiom. It's just another way to say something ended. It came to an end. That's all. Okay. I wouldn't call this an idiom. I would just say this is a phrase. Okay. Things come to an end. All things come to an end. All right, let's go to the next one. Now we're talking about to hit your stride or get into your stride. Okay, I'm just hitting my stride. I just got into my stride. A stride, everyone. Stride means the way you walk, right? Your stride means the way you walk. Do you have a long stride or a short stride? Means like how big of the steps that you take, right? His stride. Okay, so when you say I'm just getting into my stride, it means that you're just getting comfortable, right? So when you start walking, when you walk for a long time, you get into a rhythm, right? You get into a rhythm that feels like, oh, I'm now in my stride. I'm walking, I'm in my stride. So when you say I'm just hitting my stride, it means I'm just getting comfortable with this new thing. Okay, I'm just getting comfortable with this new thing. I'm just getting familiar, right? I just now got familiar. So here's the example. I know it's hard and stressful learning all the skills you need for your new role, but don't be discouraged. You'll hit your stride soon. I know it. So that means you have a new job. You have a new job and there are many new things you must learn. But in a couple of weeks, maybe you will be hitting your stride, which means you'll be comfortable, you'll be familiar with the way the office works, right? So you'll be hitting your stride, okay? Or maybe you get hired for a temporary job, right? As an office worker, right? And you've been working there for 2 weeks and you're just learning how things go. And then they tell you, oh, I'm so sorry, we don't need you anymore. And you could say, oh, well, that's a shame because I was just hitting my stride. That means it's been 2 weeks. I just got comfortable. I just got familiar. And now you're going to let me go? You know, that's unfortunate because I just hit my stride, right? Or maybe you are raking leaves in your yard. You're raking leaves, okay? And you're in a good rhythm. You're in a good rhythm. And yes, it is very similar to finding your rhythm. You found your rhythm. And then your mom comes out and says, oh, hey, it's time for lunch. And you could say, hey, you know, I was just hitting my stride. I was just finding my rhythm or getting my rhythm or getting into my rhythm. Yeah, they all mean the same thing. It means you just got comfortable, familiar with something, okay? At first, when I used this app for learning, I couldn't stand it, but now I'm hitting my stride. Yes, I'm hitting my stride in learning English. Good. Yeah, you're just getting comfortable. You're just getting familiar with it now. Good. Anyone else? Anyone else? Write your examples in the comments here, and I'll try to help you. I know there's a delay. Just do the best you can. Aktham is back. Is it any better now, Aktham? Is there still a delay? There is. Ah, okay. Well, seems there's a problem with the HelloTalk servers maybe today. Let's go to the next one. My website again, everybody. Yeah, sure. Here, let me give you my website. If you guys want to follow me, go to my website. It is afiecenglish.com. AFIECEnglish.com. You can find my live stream schedule, my voice stream schedule. You can find all the resources you need to study English are on my site. Okay, so everything you need to study reading, writing, listening, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, it's all on my site. Okay, so go there. All right, let's go to the next one here. To hit a wall. To hit a wall. Okay, or sometimes we say hit a brick wall. Okay, to hit a wall means it's usually we're talking about exercising or playing sports, but I think it can be used for just about anything that's exhausting. All right, so anything you're doing that's really tiring, really exhausting, then you can say that I hit a wall. It means, yeah, it means you didn't get through something. It means you're so tired that you feel you can't go on. Right? So you are running and you literally hit a wall. Okay? It means you feel like you are unable to keep going. Unable to keep going. So it says here, it's a well-known fact that most marathon runners hit the wall around mile 20. So right around the 20th mile, they feel like, oh, I can't do it anymore. I can't get through it. Now, so, Actham, sometimes you can get through it. Sometimes. So when you say, I feel like I hit a wall, it could be something that stops you and you're unable to keep going, or it could be something that you are able to push through with great difficulty. Okay, so you could say, I was running the marathon, and at the 20th mile, I hit a wall. But I was able to push through. I was able to push through, right? So in this case, yeah, it depends on the context. That's right. It depends on the context. But a lot of times we just say, you know, I was so tired. I was working for 20 hours straight, and then I hit a wall. Excuse me. So the Hello Talk people are telling me that it might just be that there are too many people on the app right now, which seems a little strange, but there's a surge in demand is what they're saying. So that's why we're having problems today, I guess, but I don't know. So again, hit the wall. Who wants to use hit the wall? I hit the wall. He hit the wall. She hit the wall. We hit the wall. They hit the wall. Who can use hit the wall? I was doing well in my studies, but then I hit the wall and I couldn't focus anymore. Yeah, that works. Yeah, very good. Anyone else? I hit the wall. Hello, Mona. And I know it's a lot to ask, guys, but I would also appreciate it if you also could share, share my live stream, share my voice room, share my website, okay? Share everything if you can, but especially my website, okay? If you appreciate what I do, follow me. Sure, that's great. Go to my website and follow me. But if you know someone who might like what I do, then please tell them about it. Okay. Can you use it in relationships, like to end it or something like that? Yeah, you could. You could say, my girlfriend and I had been dating for 2 years, but then our relationship hit a wall. Right? So it means we had been dating for 2 years and things were going okay, but then something bad happened and we hit a wall. Okay. Does it have the same meaning as reaching a plateau? No, Alice. Reaching a plateau means you're in a flat area where you feel like you're not making any progress anymore. Plateauing. Okay, a plateau is, the literal meaning is a flat place, a flat area of land. That's a plateau, right? Usually a high flat area of land. But when we're talking about like learning, for example, right? in the beginning, when you learn, everything comes in big, big leaps. You feel like, wow, I'm really learning. But then the more you learn, the leaps get smaller and smaller and smaller until eventually you kind of feel like all of your leaps are right here. And that means you feel like everything is flat, like a plateau. So plateauing is when your progress feels like it has slowed down to a point where it's not continuing. It's flat. Okay? I've been studying all morning and now I've hit the wall. Yeah, or I've hit a wall. When I feel anxiety, then I hit a wall. Yeah, you could say it like that. I worked out for 2 hours and then I hit a wall. Yeah, Jessica, that's fine. You could say I went to the gym and I worked out for 2 hours, but then I hit a wall, which meant like I couldn't go anymore. I pushed myself too far. Now I'm exhausted. I can't go anymore. I was practicing for hours until I hit a wall. Good. You're welcome, Alice. Is it hit a wall or hit the wall? It's both. Sometimes we say I hit a wall. Sometimes we say I hit the wall. Okay? Both are fine. I ran a marathon in my 50s. I had experienced the feeling of hitting the wall. Yeah, you could say, when I ran a marathon in my 50s, I thought it would be easy. But in the 5th mile or 5th kilometer, I hit a wall. Something like that. Okay? Yes, Miriam, this is on YouTube. Let me check on my YouTube people. Thank you very much, Ahad. Hello, Ahad. Let's see. You don't have the ability to remember the idioms and phrasal verbs. Oh, well, thank you so much. I'm glad that my root words has helped you, Ahad Ali. That's good. Thank you so much. Let's see. After playing chess for 4 hours, my mind hit a wall. That's good. Yeah. Last week I was overworked, so I hit a wall. That's good. Yeah, that works too. And my YouTube, by the way, is right here. Yeah, if you're curious about my YouTube. You're welcome, Miriam. Okay, good. Let's go to the next one. The next one is hit the spot. Hit the spot. This is one of my favorite ones. I love this one. Yeah, hit a wall means you hit a point where you can't go any further. You feel like it's too hard, it's too difficult, or you're too exhausted to go any further, Kun. Okay? So, yeah, that's what it means. Okay? So hit the spot. What does hit the spot mean? It means it was delicious. It was perfect. It was just what you needed. Usually, we talk about this with food and drinks, okay? With food and drinks is usually when we say hit the spot. But it could be something else that's pleasurable, like a massage, maybe. You know, like you got to massage and all that really hit the spot. But most of the time, I think 95, 97, 98% of the time, we're talking about food. You know, so I went to my favorite Chinese restaurant for dinner and it really hit the spot. It really hit the spot. So the spot, everybody, is in your belly. That's the spot. It's like the most perfect spot. That's like the delicious spot. Okay? So it hit the spot. What about a compliment? You mean, can you use it as a compliment? So if somebody says, how was your food? You could say, yeah, it hit the spot. It was delicious. It hit the spot. Okay, this new cocktail really hit the spot. Yeah, Jessica, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So if you taste something for the first time and you're like, oh, wow, oh, that's good. Oh, man, that hits the spot. That hits the spot. Okay, the weather was freezing. I ordered hot chocolate that really hit the spot. Yeah, that's perfect, right? Come on a winter day when it's cold, hot chocolate, that totally hits the spot, you know? That movie really hit the spot. I absolutely loved it. Yes, you can use it when you're talking about things like movies, but just remember, Alice, I would say 98% of the time we use this to talk about things like food or drinks, okay? That compliment really hit the spot and made me feel better. Kind of, Crystal. Let me. I want to check something. Let me see something very quickly. Wait a minute. So it's ChatGPT is saying hit the spot is most commonly used with reference to food or drink that perfectly satisfies your craving, right? So you have a craving for something, you want something, you want some good food, and you eat something that makes you feel great. So you say that hits the spot, right? But it can be used figuratively to talk about anything that fulfills a need or a desire in a situation. So, can you use it to talk about a movie? You can. Alice, if you really needed a movie to make you feel better, then yes. You know, maybe movies are something you watch to make you feel better. So, yeah, you could say, yeah, I needed that movie. That movie really hit the spot. Okay? Yes, you can. In winter days, a hot ash really hits the spot? What's a hot ash? I don't know what that is. You mean a coal? And again, Crystal, yeah, the compliment really hit the spot. Yeah, you could use it that way. I think it's a little strained, a little awkward, but it's not too strange. Can it be used in past form? It is in past form already. When you say that hit the spot, hit in this case is past tense. If you say that hits the spot, that's present tense. Okay? When I ate at the Baba restaurant, I felt it really hit the spot. Okay? Yeah? I was so thirsty that my mom gave me some juice and it really hit the spot. Yes, good, Olivia. From what I gather, instead of saying amazing, I can use hit the spot. If you're talking about food, Kushtar, it's more than just amazing. It means like it's a feeling that this thing that you just did really satisfied something inside of you right now, right? So you could eat anything, right? You can eat a piece of toast and it will fill your stomach, but your mom's chicken soup, that hits the spot. That's different, right? Okay, let's see. After being free after long working hours really hit the spot. Yes, but again, guys, please remember. Please remember that this is a term that is used 95% of the time about food or drinks, okay? I got dim sum for lunch today and it really hit the spot. Yes, or if I get dim sum for lunch today, I think it will really hit the spot. Yeah. I love pizza because it hits the spot. It hits the spot, Aman. Taking a shower after a long day hits the spot. Yeah, I think you can use it that way. Oh, ash is a delicious Persian food. Okay, then yes, you can use it that way. Okay, good. I ate chicken biryani in the afternoon, which hit the spot in my mind as it was so delicious. Yes, good. Yeah. The cold drink hit the spot after a long day in the sun. Good. Yes. Yes. Drink some boiled water, Teacher Mark. It will hit the spot to cure your cough and throat problem. Yeah. I think I'm just talking too much recently. and it's still winter, so the air is very cold and dry. But I'm okay. Don't worry. So Miriam has a question about a different idiom. Miriam is asking about the idiom to be rough around the edges. Rough around the edges means not perfect, not refined, not developed, not mannerly, not pretty, right? So if you say she's a little rough around the edges, like, okay, maybe you're buying my car. You're buying my car. It's a used car, right? And I'll say, well, hey, she's a little rough around the edges, which I'm talking about my car. And I'm going to say, but she's reliable, right? Sometimes we use the term she when we talk about a car. I don't know why we do that, but we do, right? So you're buying my car and I'll say, hey, she's a little rough around the edges. The paint is a little bit ugly and there are a couple of dents in the car, but she's reliable. So she's rough around the edges, but she's reliable. Okay, so in this case, rough around the edges, it means not perfect. It means not pretty, not perfect, but functional, reliable, good in some way. All right? That's what rough around the edges means. Okay? Hello, Zari. Thank you. Okay, let's go on to the next one here. Hit the headlines. This one's not too common anymore, but I suppose it's still around there. When it hit the headlines, it means you got a lot of attention in the press, right? A headline is the title of a story in the newspaper. That's the headline. Okay, so when you say the Kardashians have hit the headlines again with their latest scandal, so they did something stupid, as they always do, and everybody's talking about it in the news. It hit the headlines. Okay, it hit the headlines. Miriam, rough around the edges, it could be about their attitude and bad behavior. Yeah, right? Like, okay, maybe, Miriam, you have a sister, right? And she's dating a new guy, okay? And he is a little bit, he when he eats food, he eats with his mouth open, and maybe he's not very clean, and maybe his language is not very refined or developed, right? But he's a really nice guy. He's a really nice guy. So maybe you say, hey, like my sister's new boyfriend, he's a little rough around the edges, but he's a good guy. Okay, he's a little rough around the edges, but he's a good guy. And that case means his attitude, his behavior, something about him is not perfect. But when we use rough around the edges, I think it's usually when we're going to say someone is not perfect or something is not perfect, but it's good. Okay, so it's a little rough around the edges, but I love it. He's a little rough around the edges, but he's very smart. She's a little rough around the edges, but she's very reliable. Okay? That's one meaning of it. Rough around the edges sometimes means to have little social etiquette, but it could refer to anything that's not perfect. It could be about how you look. It could be about how you talk, about how you act. It's something imperfect, and it's not always about a person. It could be about a thing also. Okay? If you want to buy my car and it's a used car and it has some scratches and dents in it, it's a little rough around the edges, but it's reliable. Okay? And yes, slang is difficult, but these are actually not slang, Zari. These are idioms. Okay, these are like Chinese idioms also, right? 说能生巧, right? Things like that. 人山人海. Those are idioms, right? These are idioms also. Okay? Okay, let's do another one. Hit the ground running. Hit the ground running is a good one. To hit the ground running, it means that you are enthusiastic and you are successful at something new, right? And it usually means like, sometimes it means you're already good at something, right? So for example, I have been working at one company for 10 years, okay? But then that company... I moved. I got a new job at another company, but I'm doing the same job, just at a new company. So when I moved to the new company, I hit the ground running. That means I already know how to do this job. Let me come in there and I'm already running. I'm already running fast, right? So when you hit the ground, you're running fast. You don't have to get going slowly. You are hit the ground and you are running fast. Okay? So that's what that means. Let's see. Like for people, they're not refined and imperfect in some way. Would that be bad habits like a guy's an alcoholic? Yeah, maybe. Right. So you could say like, you know, hey, he drinks. He's a little rough around the edges, but he's got a great job. He's very nice. He's kind. Right. So it means there's some kind of a problem, you know, something that's not perfect, that's not really good, you know, their behavior, their looks, their attitude, something. And again, it's not always about people. It could be about things, too. Okay? KG Kushtar, if you have questions about idioms, you can type them in the chat. Okay? But today I am teaching a class, and this class is about idioms. Okay? So nobody's coming on the stage today. That's just the way it works. I do 10 live streams and voice streams every week. Okay, 5 live streams, 5 voice streams. Some of my live streams and voice streams are open question, where you can come on stage and you can ask me anything. Some of them, but not all of them. You have to come to the right stream. You can't just come to any class and ask any question. Okay? This is just like any other class. You come to the class and see what my class is, and then you follow what I do, okay? All right. So do we understand hit the ground running? Hit the ground running. Do you guys understand hit the ground running? Doing my little brother's homework for him is like hitting the ground running. Yeah, right? Like maybe you asked your friend to do your little brother's homework, which is not nice. It's not a good thing. That's cheating. But yeah, it would be easy for him. It should be easy for him, so he hit the ground running. Okay, you could do it that way. Okay, let's try some more. Let's try some more. This is not a book, Yusuf. At the end of the stream, I will give you guys the link that I'm using for this list. Okay? At the end of the stream, I will give you guys the link. Okay? Come on, hit the ground running. Let's hear some examples. Type them right now. Hit the ground running. I'm going to start the new business with, yeah, so Safe, you could say, when we started our new business, we hit the ground running. That means we already knew what we were doing. We were very good at it. So as soon as we started, boom, we're doing it well. We hit the ground running. Okay? KG, hello, my name is Teacher Mark. I am a real teacher. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I have 15 years of experience teaching English. I have been on Hello Talk for 12 years. I have 79,000 followers around the world. 1 million people have watched my streams and voice rooms. And I'm one of the most highly recommended teachers on Hello Talk. There's my introduction. Okay, so let's see. Here's my next part here. On Fire doesn't understand yet. That's okay. You'll get there. As I am experienced with my current job, so I hit the ground running with my new ideas. Yeah, that works, Olia. Yeah, I think you could use it that way. Yeah. I hit the ground running when I was competing with others. So again, guys, I want you to think about a situation where most people would need time to learn how to do things and get good at it. Most people. But you don't, because you are already experienced at this thing. So because you're already experienced at doing this thing, when you start, you're able to do it fast right from the beginning. You're able to do it well right from the beginning. Okay? So think of a situation where most people would need time to learn how to do it, but you don't. Okay? I hit the ground running when I took up the English course. If you already studied English for a long time, then yes, you could use it that way. Okay, Marina? So maybe you took a great English class for 1 year. And so when you signed up for this new class, you hit the ground running because the previous class you took was so good that now you know what you're doing. So the new class is easy, right? So you hit the ground running. All right. After the training, I hit the ground running and quickly got into the tasks. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah. When I went to college in the first year, I hit the ground running. Empty the bunny. That works because if you're thinking that, oh, well, I'm so smart that this was pretty easy. These classes were easier than I thought because I'm pretty smart. Or maybe my high school was really, really difficult and my college is not. So you hit the ground running. Okay? The head teacher asked me to take another teacher's class because she quit her job. I asked for some detailed information because I wanted to hit the ground running. Very good, Maggie. Yes, that's a perfect example. So someone asked you to take over a class because they quit their job, right? You asked a bunch of questions because you want to hit the ground running. You want to know everything you need to so that when you start, boom, you start well. Good. I hit the ground running when I cooked the lasagna for the first time. Yeah, maybe if you are already good at cooking, right? So let's say, Marina, maybe you've been working at one restaurant, an Italian restaurant, for a couple of years, right? And they have lasagna on their menu. And now you're working at a new Italian restaurant. They also have lasagna. So you're familiar. You already know, right? So when you worked at the new restaurant and you cooked lasagna for the first time, you hit the ground running. Why? Because you already knew how to. All right? The team hit the ground running on the new project by holding a brainstorming session on the first day. Yes, that's good, USA Cats. Yes, you have a brainstorming session so that everybody throws out their ideas. And that way, when you start, boom, you start well because you already have all the ideas out and you know what to do. That's good. Thank you, Miriam. Becoming world champion after struggling for years, I finally hit the ground running. Let me think about that for a minute. Let's see. Guatem, I think I want you to try again because I feel like that one's a little bit weird. If you're the world champion, then why did you struggle for years? I'm a little confused. So why don't you try that one again? See if you can come up with another way to write it. Okay? Keener says, some guy comes to my job to teach us, but I've been here for 5 years, so I hit the ground running. Yeah, so there's some new guy who came, and he thinks he's going to show you what to do. But you've been there for 5 years. You already know what to do, so you hit the ground running. Okay, that works. Okay, good. My brother asked me to translate an article as I hit the ground running. I don't think that one works. Let me think. So I think for that one, you could say something like, because I had a job translating for the previous 5 years, because I had a job translating for the previous 5 years, I hit the ground running at my new translation job. Okay? We need a coach who can hit the ground running and immediately contribute to the team. Very good. I had done a preview before class, so I hit the ground running during class. Yes. After I spent some time on the project for a couple months, I hit the ground running with it. Yes, good. Now we're understanding how to use it properly. Yeah, that's good. So the idea is somehow you are already very experienced or talented in something, about doing something, right? So when you start doing it, you're able to do it masterfully. You're able to do it really well right away. Okay? You don't have to learn how to do it and you have to get better. You already know. So you hit the ground running. Okay? You're not hitting the ground walking. You're hitting the ground running. Okay? All right, let's see. We have time for one more. The last one here is going to be hit the roof or hit the ceiling. Hit the roof or hit the ceiling. This one means you got really mad. You got really, really mad. Okay, so when you get really, really mad, your head hits the ceiling like you're so angry, like it explodes, right? So you hit the roof or you hit the ceiling. So when my parents found out I had a party while they were away, they hit the roof. Okay, it means they got really mad. They got really mad, okay? Go ahead and try to use that one in an example. So maybe you borrowed your dad's car and you dented it. And you say, oh my God, my dad is going to hit the roof when he sees that I dented his car. My dad is going to hit the roof when he sees I dented his car. Okay? Or his mother hit the roof when he came home 2 hours late. His mother hit the roof when he came home 2 hours late. Please move. Alia, you can't see it. It's right here. Hit the roof. Hit the ceiling. You can't see that? We're talking about this one right here. Hit the roof. Hit the ceiling. Can everybody see the screen? Anyone? Can you guys see the screen? Yes, you can. Okay, so I don't know why you can't, Alia. I'm not sure why you can't see it. Everybody else can see it. So I'm not sure. Maybe there's some problem with yours. Okay, let's see. I hit the roof when my boss fired me. That works, yeah. My parents hit the roof when I got a bad grade. That works. When my brother spilled the beans, I hit the roof. Yeah, that works. No, you don't say she will be. You just say she will hit the roof, Oksana. Okay? Because we're not talking about, it's a figurative way to say it. So it's like a metaphor, right? So when you use a metaphor, you don't need a like or an as or an is. In this case, you could say an is, but you don't need to, right? So she will hit the roof means she will be bad. Okay. Don't hit the roof. Come on. It's not a big deal. Yeah. Okay. That works. I hit the roof when my sister borrowed my stuff without my permission. That's good. Maria hit the roof when her son was more than an hour late coming home. Yes. I hit the roof when I was scammed. Yeah, Yvonne, that works. I hit the roof when I was scammed. Good. The increment was not good for some of my colleagues, so they hit the roof. If you mean increment meaning like the increase in work, maybe, right? The amount of work they have to do. Sure. He hit the roof when he found his own mistake. Maybe. Yeah. When my dog was kidnapped by someone, I hit the ceiling. Yeah, that works too. Okay. We had an emergency meeting when the employees came late, I hit the roof. Yes, that works. So we had an emergency meeting and the employees came late, so I hit the roof. Okay? Can we say blow a fuse? You can. Blow a fuse means the same thing. Yeah, as hit the roof. Blow a fuse, everyone. What is a fuse? A fuse is it's an electrical device that if there's too much electricity, the fuse will blow out so that it doesn't damage the whole equipment or the whole thing, right? So a fuse is an electrical device that is used to stop the thing from really exploding badly, right? It's a fuse. So when we say I blew my fuse, it means, yes, there was enough big energy, big anger that I got, it exploded. Okay? Yes, she blew a fuse. It was just a prank. Don't hit the roof. Good. When my manager found out that the project was delayed, he hit the roof. Yes. And reprimanded him. Yes. My dad hit the headlines when he built a giant treehouse in our backyard. Yeah, that works. Yeah. For hit the headlines. Yeah. She hit the roof when she lost the competition. Yes. When I was 13, I didn't take care of my bike, and my father knew I lost my bike. Yeah. When I was 13, I didn't take care of my bike. And when my father found out, he hit the roof. When my father found out, Maggie. I hit the roof when my girlfriend gave me the cold shoulder. You could say gave me the cold shoulder. My boyfriend hit the roof when I caught him and his new chick. Well, that would be different. I think, Alice, what you mean to say is I hit the roof when I caught my new boyfriend with his new chick at our house. You should be saying I hit the roof, right? What? Wait a second. He got mad at you for catching him with his girl? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Get a new guy, Alice. Get a new guy. He's a bum. He's a bum. Get a new guy. There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's another idiom for you. To go livid is a good one too. Yes, she was livid. He was livid. Yeah, he became livid. Livid is it's a vocabulary word that means extremely angry. Furious is another one. Yeah. She was late for the meeting in the morning, and that made me hit the roof. Yeah, that works. Yeah, sometimes men are strange. Well, women too, occasionally. I hit the roof when I lost my phone with all my personal information. Good. All right, good. I think we got it. I think we got it now. Yeah? Okay, before I forget, this is the website that I'm using. Here's the website that I was using right now for all of these idioms. There are about 100 of them on there that they explain, okay? So if you want to keep going and study more, then do that one. Fly off the handle is a good one too. Yeah, to fly off the handle also means to get very angry. Yeah, to have a fit also means to be very angry or get upset. Yeah. Okay, guys, before I forget, please go to my website and follow and share and leave comments, guys. You know, remember that this is social media. Social media is an environment, right, where you want me to support you and I want you to support me, right? So what's my job? My job is to be here every day or as much as I can to teach you, right? That's my job. What is your job? What is your job? I want to ask you, what is your job? If my job is to be here to teach you, then what is your job? Yes, and how can you support me? Subscribe, share, like, leave comments. 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 Okay, please, when I make a post, leave a comment. I read them. I see them. Okay, everything that you see is me. I do it all. Okay, well, almost everything. I have one helper. But most everything that I have to do is just me. So say thank you. You know, that helps me. It makes me feel good when somebody says, oh, thanks for what you do. Okay, I appreciate that. All right, just please remember, I have been here for 12 years. I have done, you know, like more than 1,000 hours of free teaching. Okay, so please do what you can to share, like, comment, right? All of those things. Follow, subscribe. Okay, so once again, here is my website. And here is my YouTube. Okay? And I will be back later tonight. Again, I have another stream tonight. Let me show you guys my website while I'm here. Here is my website right here. Take a look. This is my website right here. Okay, and if you go to this part right here, schedule, click on schedule up here. And look, here's my schedule for my live streams and my voice rooms. You can see all of my live streams and voice rooms coming up on Hello Talk right here, okay, with instructions and everything. All right, so go to my schedule. Or if you want to study more, about vocabulary or grammar or reading or writing or listening or speaking or IELTS or TOEFL or pronunciation, go to my website, click on reading. Look, oh, here is great English reading practice resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different resources for your reading practice. Or you can go and look at speaking practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different links for you to go to for speaking practice. So everything you need is right here. Resources. Everything you need to practice and study and learn is right here. Every free resource I could find that's good and quality, I put it on my website for you. Okay, so please go to my website and share and follow and like and subscribe and comment and all that stuff. Okay? All right, and I will be back later tonight for a voice room. So I will see you guys then, okay? And thank you to all the folks over in my YouTube as well. Okay, guys, thanks. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening. Bye-bye.